Good evening, friends and listeners, and welcome back to yet another episode of Nerdgasm. As you'll notice, I am not Merlin, so I do not have a super cute, clever introduction. We tried to think of one. 12 suggested s'mores. I told him to fuck right off. So here we are. I am the Moopacabra. With me this evening are my good friends, Switch Riggs, say hello,
Hello.
and 12-sided guy.
Hostile work environment, Pam.
This is not a hostile work environment. And then my very good friend, my best good friend, Dress Black, say hello.
Evening,
Um,
or at least it is right now.
it is at the time of recording. Merlin is out. He is on sabbatical. We are giving him the space he needs and all of the love and good juju headed his way. So he'll be back with us eventually. But until then, you're stuck with me.
Oh no.
So this is actually a little bit different for us because we have been pretty consistent for the last however many years. We're going on 3 years now of uploading every single Saturday. And you know what? This year for the holidays, we took a little break. And so here we are. We are back. We are hopefully refreshed and excited to be here. So welcome back, gentlemen. What did you guys do with your break?
Oh, I've quit my toxic job. Yes. I just walked out of the car.
Are you serious?
It was a whole. Well, he started getting. Well, you've heard the stories of my boss, and I was
Right.
just like done. Right, just out of the parking lot in front of the Tim
Oh.
Hortons, just gone.
Of
See, you
course.
didn't tell me that.
Yeah,
Had to
it
be.
has to be.
Now you know.
It had to be in front of Tim Hortons because it's all over the place. It's like our
No,
Starbucks.
they're like Starbucks up here.
That's fantastic.
How does the coffee
I'm.
compare?
It's
Oh
not as
my
good as it
goodness.
used to be because Tim Hortons no longer has Tim Hortons coffee.
Oh.
McDonald's has Tim Hortons coffee
What?
because Tim Hortons stopped maintaining their relationship with their coffee supplier. So
Interesting.
Huh. Okay.
still tidbit for you Americans: should you ever visit Canada, if you want Tim Hortons coffee, go to McDonald's.
Well, we've got a Tim Hortons like down the street too.
We live far enough
There's a-
north towards you that we have Tim Hortons in our area.
Yeah, a few of them around here.
Mine's about, I think, a 15-minute drive for where I'm at.
It's always, I have American friends. They're like, yeah, I'm going to this store or that, and they always have to explain to me like Kroger's. I had no idea what a Kroger's was until
It's basically Walmart, just a different company.
I'd never heard of it. That was what the heck is a Kroger, right? It's like, is that Pokemon? Kroger.
Do they have the thing in Canada where, depending on like what province you're in, that stores or restaurants are named different things? Or is that
Yes,
a uniquely American thing? Not
that
unique.
that happens in Canada. Kind of on the same division actually.
Kind of east.
Because you guys have like East West, and we have
You're like Hardee's.
except for BC. BC is kind of different in the sense that because of the heavy international population, KFC kind of dominates the whole Christmas scene here. Just sort of.
It does the same thing in
Yeah.
Japan,
So,
surprisingly.
so fried chicken is a Christmas thing in Canada?
Only in BC because of
Only
the heavy
Probably 'cause
Asian
the-
population.
Yeah, because fried chicken's a Christmas thing in Japan.
Well, exactly.
I just find that
Where-
kind of weird.
There was space for a minute.
I don't know. I could get behind
Who's been
that.
abducted?
Oh yeah, but it's just something.
Maybe not KFC.
Different. Yeah.
Christmas at
Those
Raising
ones.
Cane's.
I'm putting together. Well, I can't give away the name yet because I have to get trademarks and such put in place. But I'm starting effectively what is a magic school.
Okay.
Yeah. There's big. Actually, at some point, I have to pick your brain, Switch, because gamification is, and we have to talk your system anyway at some point. So
That's something I was going to bring up eventually once we got to my thing.
oh well, yeah.
What we're getting into. But
Segue.
I wanna hear Dress Black's Christmas now that he has a very Christmassy person in his life.
There was weeks of setup. Put up a 12-foot Christmas tree in a room that is not 12 feet high. Luckily, we have a stairwell that wraps around a little bit and gave her space to get the top up. That was one of 7 trees that was up.
I thought it was 9.
What trees?
I thought it ended up being
I think-
9 trees.
I think 9 trees was at the old house last year, at the house with the X. We didn't quite hit that. We're also rebuilding the ornament collection. We just got done hitting Hallmark the other day and clearing out their stuff that was like 75% off, picking up some more Star Wars and Doctor Who, whatnot. We also got T'Challa. I'm not a big Christmas person. It was fun. Everybody had fun. I'm glad everybody had fun. But yeah, it was a good time. I don't know what else to talk about.
I actually meant to get you guys a Santa greeting, but my Santa actor ended up in Vancouver with his wife with Corona.
Weird.
Yeah,
We had a glowing blow mold Grinch in the living room.
That's an interesting one.
Oh, and I almost caught the living room fireplace mantle on fire by accident.
Trying to light the actual fireplace, or
No, the fireplace was going, but we were doing this thing where it's like, hey, let's make Christmas cleanup easier. Let's just toss all the wrapping paper and stuff in the fireplace.
oh,
And I tossed a box in that was a little too big, and the flame kind of shot out and singed the mantle that's painted white.
Yeah.
very.
Apologies.
Thankfully, there was no stockings in the way, or were there words there?
Well, we'd taken the stockings down and passed them out already.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was really just it melted a few of the Christmas lights. Sorry, my monsters called because it is phone call. Well, we do phone calls every evening, and my ex-husband is working late, and so my in-laws are in charge of the kiddos tonight, and so they called a little later than they typically do. But my older daughter is 8, and she was trying to explain to me a story. They went to the center and they got read a Bible story, and he's like talking over top of her. She's like, well, it was, I said, what story did you listen to? And she's trying to explain. He goes, well, is it about the apostle? And she went, no, Pap, just let me explain.
Nice.
Oh.
And then just went, and she's like, there was a king who said that they couldn't pray to anybody but him. And I was like, Daniel in the lion's den. And she's like, yeah, that one. It's like, I know the stories. I don't believe in them anymore, but I know the stories. Like, so it was just funny to listen to her snap back like that. But she made me this for Christmas.
Aw.
That is
That's
a
awesome.
strawberry cow. I know it's a little difficult to see, but she did her best. So she's a good kiddo.
We had just finished up with 12s for the holiday, so I thought I would go next. Basically, it was chaotic because now I live with my girlfriend and kids, and not even that it was Christmas, is that they had Christmas 4 times. Because they had one with my family, one with their dad, one with us, one with their grandma, and I'm like,
Yep.
how are we gonna fit in all this? And
Yep.
and there's another little bit of Christmas coming from their grandpa, Bunny's father, which is $100 Hogwarts castle, which they got for free.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna have a long time
J.K.
building
Rowling
that.
didn't get a penny.
What?
It's one of those things.
I know.
We had a similar situation because my kids had Christmas with their dad, Christmas with us, Christmas with some friends that I've known since I was a little kid. They're basically like my sisters. And then they had Christmas with my ex-husband's family. So again, 4 Christmases. And it was just this thing where at least I didn't have to make it all fit in our house. But at the same time, I think they get excited, right? They're little, and so they're so excited about presents, and they know more is coming, and there's just this constant expectation of more is coming, and it really fucks with their attitudes. And
especially when things stop coming.
yeah, and when all of a sudden there's nothing, and so then they're just, we're going to the store, and they're going, "Mom, can I get this?" And I'm like, "Girls, we just got done with Christmas."
Christmas drop.
Yeah, there really is, and it's. I mean, I'll be honest though, Christmas drop that hit me too. Like I was really not in a super great place because we kind of had this notion of like, we'll we'll get through the move into the apartment, we'll get through the custody case, we'll get through the move into the house, we'll get through the holidays, and here we are, and there's nothing left to get through.
School.
Well, yeah, now I have to get through grad school. So like, there's this, but like, there's just this constant notion of we'll get through this thing, and then there was nothing left to get through, and I dropped from that. But I really love Christmas. So
Yeah. There's a lot going on all at once. Completely understand on that. But yeah, mainly just getting through that and through all that. Stabilizing afterwards. And what I've been doing, looking for a new job. Hopefully it comes through because be twice what I'm making now. So
ooh.
Congrats.
yes, working with the
Cool.
government though. We'll see.
Big
I mean-
brother is watching you.
I mean,
They're always
technically, I
watching.
work for the government in all for all intents and purposes. It's a state organization, so
I'll be working IT for a company that works on NASA alloy projects. So I
ooh.
Yeah.
yeah.
Better than working for the DMV.
You mean insurance? Well,
Yeah.
yeah. I currently
No,
work in
just saying
insurance.
in
but-
general. Better
but
than
yeah.
working for the DMV.
Yeah, but if the DMV paid what they were offering, I'd do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we've gone through mine, through 12s. We kind of touched on dress blacks. Did you want to go through anything about
Oh gosh.
your Christmas time or holiday time? Because that'd be politically
So
correct.
I put up 6 trees. We put up a 12-foot tree in the foyer that I had to cram up the stairwell, but it fit and it went up. I put up 2 rainbow trees. I put up 2 6-foot trees, and I had like a 6.5-foot. I think I did a good job. I had like a come to Jesus moment, for lack of a better term, with myself in the middle of this, and that's that I cannot accumulate. I had 12 years worth of Christmas stuff accumulated that my ex-husband kept a lot of, and so I had to have like a real honest moment with myself of you cannot reaccumulate 12 years worth of stuff in a year, or you're going to go broke trying. So I really had to kind of just talk myself down from going crazy on decorations since I had kind of already gone crazy on gifts
And decorations.
and some decorations. I tried, for me Christmas is about it's Santa Claus. It's that spirit of giving. It's doing for others because you know it will make them happy. And so I tried really hard to be very thoughtful in everything that I was doing and pick things that would touch people and make them at least see that hey, I had tried. And I feel like I did okay with that. Maybe everybody didn't get exactly everything that they were hoping for. I definitely had to sit my monsters down and be like, hey, look, I know that you asked for the Kirby game. I know that you asked for Pokemon Violet. I'm telling you right now, they're not there. Like, I don't want you to spend all of Christmas ripping stuff open thinking it's coming because it's not. I said, Mom had already done her shopping. By the time you decided you wanted these games, I didn't have another $120 to spend on video games. And my older kiddo was like, that makes sense, Mom. That's okay. It'll still be there. And then actually Merlin was kind enough to let us borrow because he bought the Scarlet Violet dual pack.
Yeah, we did the same.
He let us borrow Scarlet. And so she was a little like, just because I think she felt like I wasn't listening to her. And so that's why I said, I know you wanted Violet. This is Scarlet, but at least we can try it. We can see if we like it. And then we can think about whether or not we need to buy this. And she took that really well. So
That's good.
it was a fun time. It was definitely, I think, a different holiday experience than I expected. I was really kind of bummed because I didn't have the girls for Christmas. And so I was afraid there was not going to be that Christmas morning excitement. And it was funny because we slept in a little bit on Christmas. It was probably somewhere between 10 and 11. I got up to go make cinnamon rolls, and Dress Blacks got up to go start the fire. And like as soon as I opened the door and stepped into the hallway, Floof like throws her door open. She's like, "Is it time yet?" And I'm like, "Your dad just woke up. We are coming to consciousness. Give us a minute. We're working on it." Like, but it was nice to see that excitement. Um, and then it ended up when we had my kids later, a couple days after the fact, it was just chaos on a level that I did not expect. And kids actually playing with toys like tea parties and Nerf guns and hide and seek, and not just, it was nice to see them using all of this house that's here instead of just sitting in front of video games. Like, which, don't get me wrong, they did plenty of that too, but they actually even did that. Like, they played together, which was really nice to see.
We're still finding Nerf darts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They're everywhere.
The Little Rabbits has declared a Nerf war, and this coming Saturday, I'm going to my mother's to gather my arsenal because he has been shooting me for the past week and a half, and I have no defense or no retaliation.
You just
So,
gonna go John Woo on them with doves and Nerf darts?
John Wick. Oh yeah,
No,
definitely.
John Woo.
John Woo. I
What?
don't know John.
The the
The guy that
film.
directs.
Yeah, the guy who made the whole doves thing famous.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
I
He
also
directs the
thought
action movies.
I also thought John Wick when he said that.
Oh,
John
So
Wick's
John-
influenced
So-
by John Woo's work.
understood.
well,
Yes.
there you go.
Apparently, I'm the movie nerd. Cool. Which is funny because I'm not the one that does the movies.
I like the characters. I
It's
don't
on
care about
screen.
the actor most of the time.
That's the director, I think, actually.
Or even
John
then.
Woo. Yeah.
Yeah. Now that
Oh.
we've completely derailed this.
That's okay.
So, I was trying to think if there was anything else that I really wanted to make sure that I touched on before we moved in. It's kind of hard to catch up on current events right now because I feel like we've kind of been in like this weird limbo where it's just like what happened where. You know what
Oh,
I mean?
I have stuff for current events.
Ooh, do you? Let's go.
D&D's OGL crap that's going on. So anybody that does not know, D&D, which is owned by Hasbro now, Wizards of the Coast, is trying to. They're backpedaling now, but originally
Oh, well, yeah, because of the backlash, I'm sure.
yes, they put out basically an OGL for their one D&D idea. Yes.
What does OGL mean?
It's an acronym that I do not know, but it's part of a
Open
press.
gaming license.
Okay, thank you
Open
very
gaming
much.
license. Thank you.
Open gaming license, where basically, if you made something a property of some sort at a certain point for creators, they would be able to just take that idea and say, "Yeah, it's ours now," instead of
Oh,
yeah. It was
so like, say you went into D&D Beyond and like took the time to design a map, or
they can be like, "Oh, it's ours."
like homebrew a monster or a character or something like that. Okay,
Yep.
that makes sense then.
Yeah, I understand the idea where they're coming from because a lot of companies have that where if you make something while you are working inside of their company in some way, they're allowed to take it. It's not a cool
Mhm.
thing by any means, but I see where they were going. But there's been such a heavy backlash, and that's one reason why we have totally removed D&D Beyond from our idea, and what we're going to be doing here soon with the campaign. We're just going to be 20 for a majority of stuff. But it's so we can protect what we're doing, because if we became popular enough in that first idea we had for everything we do and create could be immediately just taken away from us. No compensation whatsoever. Thankfully, they're
But I
backpedaled.
like my character idea.
Exactly. And we don't want them to steal that idea. Now they have come back and they're like, "Oh, okay. We see what we did. We're gonna rework it all. We're gonna work. Get rid of that and see what we can do." But people were canceling their subscriptions like left and right, and they even hid the actual button, the button to unsubscribe.
Oh wow, yeah.
So they ran it through legal, but they have no ethics department.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. They I don't know what they were thinking. Gary Gygax would be rolling around in his grave at that point, I think.
right.
But that led me to working on something with Chat GPT. GPT is just their company, I think, right? 12 Chat.
No, the company is OpenAI. I don't actually know what the GTP. Oh, nope, don't recall.
Okay.
But the company is OpenAI, so.
Yeah. So I've been working with this little Chat AI and actually building a full-on tabletop RPG with it. I've got most of the broad strokes done with it. It's going to be mainly a D12 system. 12, 20, 6s or 4s.
Huh. Interesting. That's a different one for me. At this point, as long as I get to be irritating, I don't care.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And the fact that Merlin started in the chat by being like, well, really everything starts at level 2, and Switch right away was like, no, we start at level 1. Just stop. I was like, all right, yes, let's do it.
It's very interesting planning for you guys because I am so used to murder hobos the entire way, where they just want to kill everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I
like
mean,
stories like this small.
I prefer the term murder nomad, thank you.
I'm not saying that I don't play the game as a murder hobo. I'm just saying that in the past, when I have, it's been problematic. Like, I had a DM that spent all of this time on this like elaborate, like everything that was supposed to happen. I guess there was supposed to be a big fight in all of these games and something, and I nat 20'd on charisma and just went, "Oh no, we're allowed to cross this bridge." And he's like, "Are you sure?" And I rolled and was like another nat 20 or something ridiculous like that. Or if it wasn't a nat 20 with my modifiers, it was like a 28 that I rolled. And I was like, "Yeah, we're allowed to cross this bridge." And then he's just going, "Oh, God damn it. This was supposed to take like 3 hours. Hang on. You're going to have to give me a minute to come up with something." So we don't like it when I don't murder hobo things. When I lie my way through, it's a problem.
So, but yeah, I'm so used to having to put things in everybody's way to keep moving. But the interesting thing that I'm trying to go for is that the game has no levels. There's no level system. It's all done through ability points. So we'll see how it goes, and maybe we'll showcase it one day.
Woohoo!
So that's current events for me that I can think of.
The one thing that I saw that I wanted to bring up, and I think we brought this up. Oh gosh, it's been like a year, more than a year since this happened. But do you remember when we talked about the shooting on the movie set Rust with Alec Baldwin? So he's getting charged with involuntary manslaughter. He is, and so is the armorer. And I thought that was really interesting. I can't believe like that was in October of 2021, and we're just now deciding this. And I get it. But it's just one of those situations where we were talking about it in the car earlier. There are so many situations where you want to talk about gun safety and stuff on sets. Like the fact that this happened is just bananas. Like it literally should not have been physically possible for there to be live ammunition anywhere near an actual physical working gun. And so, you were telling a story about how you used to work for a place where it was like kept completely separate, and they actually made their own rounds.
Right. I used to work for a historic recreation group that did an annual pageant, and you've got at least over the course of the pageant 16 guys between the ages of 16 and 60 firing off with revolvers just left and right. They all own their own guns. It's like they bring their own guns as long as it's a revolver, looks historically accurate. But the weapons master for the pageant, he was retired law enforcement. He handmade every round that was fired at that pageant to be safe, lower volume, higher smoke, just visual effect more than anything. And we live ammunition was not allowed even on the pageant grounds. They didn't want it anywhere near it. If you had it, you left it at home, you left it in your vehicle. It did not come on the pageant grounds. We did not want any mix-ups. You also did not more than generally swing a gun in anybody's direction as part of the recreation. You didn't, you weren't point blank with anybody. Safety spiel went on before every performance. Safety spiel went on before every live fire rehearsal. That sort of thing. This is a family event that's been going for over 70 years, and there's never been a fatality, despite the fact that there's around 100 rounds fired every performance.
It's just bizarre to me that something like that could happen, because then, like, I was reading an interview with Alec Baldwin. He's like, I know for certain I did not pull that trigger, but he was the one holding the gun,
and somebody's dead.
And so it's just like, I get, like, argue that you didn't do it or that it was not intentional. Absolutely. But, like, you didn't fire the gun, but it's in your hand and she got shot. Somebody is not.
Well, and the FBI have apparently examined the gun and have determined it's physically impossible it was fired unless he pulled the trigger.
I mean, if it was historically correct, it was a single action revolver. It doesn't just go off. These are the same guns I was working with. These are not semi-autos where you drop it and it goes off or anything like that. It would, Rust, the time frame, it would have been a single action revolver and nothing else.
What I find interesting is the fact that I can't remember the job position of the person, but you've got the armor.
He was the cinematographer that got shot.
No. You've got the armor, obviously. You've got Alec, and then there's another person in there that also determined that apparently the gun was safe. He's signed an extradition thing to be tried elsewhere for this.
Oh, that I did not know.
Because apparently he doesn't want to go through that court system down there, which, frankly, I don't really blame him from what I understand. So,
well, because from what I understand, it's only Alec Baldwin and the armorer that are facing charges.
I think the director was too.
Well, the director also got shot. The director was also wounded.
I mean, somebody who was kind of in charge of set oversight, I think, was also charged. I just don't remember what their title was.
Yeah, that's the guy he's like, I'm going elsewhere for this crime because I don't want to be tied up in this in this country.
Long a key figure in the events surrounding Hutchins' death, Rust Assistant Director David Halls reached a plea agreement with prosecutors for the charge of negligent use of a deadly weapon.
Okay, so the AD was also charged. That makes sense.
I mean, and really, like, the DA that made the argument just very simply said, if any one of these three people, Alec Baldwin, Hannah Gutierrez-Reed, or David Halls, had done their job, Helena Hutchins would be alive today. It's that simple.
Yep.
That is. That's it. It's literally.
This was not a person trampled by a horse. Been there for that.
Like, that was the thing that I found most interesting in the news most recently. So, if nobody else has anything, Switch, do we want to go ahead and do video games?
Yeah, just two that I saw that are coming out that I thought we might talk about. Square Enix's Forspoken, which is coming out. It deals with a girl that gets transported to another world, has to figure out how to get back home. Very parkour, magic, Dark Souls kind of feel to it. That comes out on the 24th. For I think all the major platforms except for Switch. PlayStation and Windows only.
Interesting.
It does really
looks like Windows is in computer desk, like PC,
computer,
or
PC.
Windows is in also Xbox. Okay.
No. I would say Xbox if it was
Oh, Windows, not Microsoft. Never mind. Sorry.
It's okay. Microsoft makes Windows. But the other game I was looking at, which is a title if I recall, yeah, it's from Big Blue Bubble, called Power Chord, and it's a roguelike um, card-based fighting game. You get a deck of cards, and your characters can play a certain card to be able to fight the other enemy. They'll have attacks, buffs, stuff, things like that. Plays a lot like, and I think of the game now. Wow.
Magic the Gathering?
No.
Yu-Gi-Oh?
Well, the card was no. I'm talking about video game card games, like Slay the Spire, which
For the
is
King?
like Slay the Spire, where you have a deck of cards for your character, and you play abilities against the enemy. The other game escapes me, but it's in a like hard rock punk like video game style where you fight with music. I thought that was another one to highlight. That's really all I got. What do we got for the geek?
All right, guys, let's be perfectly honest. I am not Merlin, and this is not Merlin's Geeky Wiki. So I'm gonna do my best to flippity flop through this as fast as I can and not keep you here forever. Because it's not that we don't love Merlin, we just don't super love the Geeky Wiki. So we're gonna go
Whole
ahead and
thing. Every date.
no, fuck you. Once again, no, fuck you. So at the time of release, it should be Sunday, January 22nd. And so that's where we're going to go ahead and start. It is Chinese New Year, which I think is probably the most important thing. It is also coming from the cold day, Grandpa's Day, Korean New Year. It is National Blonde Brownie Day, which sounds delicious. National Hot Sauce Day, which does not. It is Roe v. Wade Day. Let's remember that since you guys all suck so much, not you three here, but everybody else in general sucks around it. It is Children's Week, and it is also Kiss a Shark Week, which I have to add in for my little monsters.
Good luck with that one.
Good luck. I mean, I'm not saying like tongue kiss a shark, but I think it'll be okay. Monday, the 23rd, it is Better Business Communication Day, First Philippine Republic Day, Measure Your Feet Day, National Handwriting Day, National Pie Day, like P-I-E pie, not the number pie. Please go eat something delicious. It is also Farmhouse Breakfast Week, which sounds delicious because when I think farmhouse breakfast, I think like all the things like bacon and sausage and hash browns and waffles. And I just really love breakfast, guys. I'm super passionate about it.
Like this place that's red and looks like Barnes, kind of. I think it's called Bob Evans. Just every day.
Kind of. Tuesday, January 24th, it is Change a Pet's Life Day. I saw a very cute post that was written like from the perspective of a pet that had passed away. And it was like, if you really love me, make space for somebody else, give somebody else what I had. So it is Change a Pet's Life Day. It is National Just Do It Day, National Compliment Day. Thank you, gentlemen, very much for being here. I appreciate you so much. You're all kind, wonderful, warm-hearted individuals. It is National Peanut Butter Day, Talk Like a Grizzled Prospector Day, which is fantastic, and National Cowboy Poetry Gathering Week.
I'll just watch Toy Story 2.
Right, Stinky Pete. Wednesday, January 25th, it is Fluoride Day, National Fish Taco Day, National Irish Coffee Day, which is delicious, Opposite Day, and oh my goodness, Observe the Weather Day. Thursday the 26th is Australia Day, Clashing Clothes Day, Dental Drill Appreciation Day. I do not appreciate the dental drill. I do not appreciate the dentist, except for Dr. Cute Dentist, who I miss very much. It is NASA's Day of Remembrance, National Green Juice Day. I don't want to talk about green juice. I'm fairly certain green juice is the reason why I was poisoned yesterday. National Spouses Day, Toad Hollow Day of Encouragement, and Indian Republic Day. Friday the 27th is Auschwitz Liberation Day, which is actually important. It's Holocaust Memorial Day, again, also important. It is National Chocolate Cake Day, National Fun at Work Day, Punch the Clock Day, Vietnam Peace Day, and World Breast Pumping Day.
And Thomas Crapper Day.
I wasn't going to mention Thomas Crapper because I didn't know what Thomas Crapper Day was. Thank you for calling me out on that. Thomas Crapper Day is celebrated every year on January 27th, the death anniversary of the famous English businessman and plumber. While Thomas Crapper was not the inventor of the toilet, he did perfect and promote it. There you go. Thomas Crapper Day. Thank you.
He added the ball cock.
Well, now, Mike, is that why they call it a crapper, or is that just
Yes,
coincidental?
that's why they call it a crapper.
Oh, well, there you go.
Nice.
Saturday, January 28th is Krista McAuliffe Day. It is, Earned Income Tax Credit Awareness Day, Local Quilt Shop Day, National Blueberry Pancake Day, National Kazoo Day. Fuck yes. Please annoy somebody with a kazoo on the 28th. It is National Seed Swap Day, Rattlesnake Roundup Day, and Thank a Plugin Developer Day. And then, oh no, wait, that'll be it because the 29th is the next Sunday, which we talk about on the next week's Geeky Wiki. Bam, done. I'm awesome.
Sneaky peeky.
Oh, fuck. You're a sneaky peeky at the Geeky Wiki, and I feel like Merlin would appreciate this. Sunday, January 29th is Curmudgeon's Day. What were you trying to interject?
I was just saying, has anybody actually been to a rattlesnake roundup?
No, is that an actual thing?
Yeah.
Okay, have you? You're saying this like you have been.
Yes, I have.
Okay, please enlighten us then.
Is
it like Simpsons? Like, is it Whacking Day?
No, it's not. I mean, you don't kill them. You round them up. Some of them get shipped off for creating anti-venoms and stuff, but you literally just boxes of rattlesnakes. Some of them just get relocated away from populated areas. Others, yeah, it just depends on a little bit depending on who's actually organizing it. It's not as dangerous as it sounds, but could be just as dangerous as it sounds.
Did you participate in a
I
rattlesnake
did not.
roundup?
No, it's not you. They want you. I was a kid when I went.
Okay.
They want you to be full grown and trained on how to actually catch rattlesnakes and put them in boxes without having the other rattlesnakes get out and kill you. But if you've never seen boxes full of pissed off rattlesnakes, you haven't lived.
I will stay on living. That's fine with me. I hope there's a lot of anti-venom just in case.
And honestly, baby rattlesnakes are really cute. They're only about that long. And yeah.
I think we have very different definitions of the word cute. But
I think snakes are cute. There's just someone behind me sleeping that really doesn't like them. So
Well, bunnies don't like snakes.
no, it's very...
Bunnies don't like snakes.
When one of the rabbits wants bearded dragons, and she
No, that's not my thing either. I have a reptile dysfunction. I don't do it. It's not a thing. So we've covered video games, we've covered current events. I even did Merlin's beloved Geeky Wiki. Do I get to get naughty now, please?
I hear there's some really good naughtiness stuff going on.
There has been a lot of good naughtiness stuff going on, actually. I feel like I waited like 33 years of life for my 34th year to be amazing in the sex department. We finally found good methods of like really getting me to calm down and get out of my own head, which is, I think, really the biggest hurdle that we were coming across. And it's kind of made everything easier in general. To the point, I want to plug this product on Amazon, hashtag not sponsored. But this is totally like some weird third-party company and God only knows where. But they make this really great waterproof pet blanket, and they are fantastic. They're absolutely amazing. I spent 33 years thinking that I was not a girl that squirts. And fun fact, yes, apparently I am. I just wasn't doing it right. And it's been a real revelation in the last probably couple months.
A bit of a messy revelation.
A bit of a messy revelation. But this thing is fantastic. This waterproof blanket has been an absolute lifesaver. But there's another product. The name of the name of the Amazon store is Lucifia, Lucipia, and they just had really like affordable options, which I thought was great because I did not want to buy like a full bed. I didn't want to be laying on like crinkly shit. You know what I mean? Like nobody wants to fuck on the 1950s couch that's covered in like clear plastic. And nobody wants to feel themselves sticking to that. So I was actually very pleasantly surprised to find this.
And for anybody who has a couch covered in clear plastic, I'd like to point out that those were not designed to be put on and left on. They are a temporary thing. Take it off and enjoy your couch, please.
I hear them all saying, "Never." Give me that link and we'll put it in the description.
I absolutely can do that. It's just one of those things. I think we paid like $17 for it, and it was
Nice.
absolutely worth it to save the mattress, because I felt bad. To be fair, it only happened a couple of times before I bought the blanket, but yeah, well, a couple of times here.
Oh.
What were you doing?
Honestly, just a better way to go than puppy pads too,
Yeah.
because that just got to be a pain in the butt. Honestly, for that.
Well, I'll be honest. Part of it was because I thought about that. I thought maybe I'll just like run to Dollar Tree and buy like a set of the puppy pads. And I was like, I really do not enjoy thinking about that sensation. Like, that's just really, I'm not a dog. Like, that's not my thing. If that's your thing, great. But I don't do pet play. I'm not saying I would never do it, but it's not something that I've specifically like tried to do, you know? So that was kind of out of the question for me, or just like off the table for me. And so this was kind of like a much nicer, and also like I can just sort of lay it under the normal blanket and it doesn't feel like I'm an incontinent child. And that was actually what made me think of the reusable one. Was when I had my C-sections with my kiddos, they put like a reusable, they call it a puppy pad actually at the hospital, but they put a reusable one on the mattress underneath you, because then if something happens, they don't have to change the entire everything. And you know, after you have babies, everything is just kind of coming out of everywhere, so they're just like, here, we're going to go ahead and lay this here, so this isn't a problem. And so that's what I actually started looking for. And those are stupid expensive, like $40 and $50 for one of them, just because they're medical grade. And this does the exact same thing. So
With no crinkle.
with no
and no
crinkle.
soak through.
And no soak through, which was the important thing to me,
So-
because we had an issue with a friend for a play date that I warned them beforehand. Hey, this has become a thing lately, and I don't really have a rhyme or reason for when it does happen as opposed to when it doesn't happen. It just sort of happens now. And I can't stop it. And they were like, no, that's okay. Don't worry. It'll be fine. That doesn't bother me. And so they had like extra layers of blankets on their beds. I think like 2 extra comforters. Yeah, nope, all of them, all the way through to the mattress. And I was like, all right, cool. So puppy pads from now on. I guess I just travel with them. So, but I was proud of me. Like it was one of those things where I didn't think that I would ever be able to calm down enough to allow that to happen, because there's a certain element of, oh my God, am I peeing myself, that I couldn't get past for the longest time.
Now you've actually gotten to the point of like almost showing off.
What do you mean almost showing off?
Well, you got to demonstrate for a couple of other people now.
Well, that wasn't me trying to show off. That
I
was
wasn't
just
saying it
other
as a bad
people had
thing.
to be there. Were in the room. You make it sound like I'm just walking up to people on the streets like, hi.
I think that's a bit of an exaggeration, but okay.
Hey, she
It
thought she was gonna bite dicks off on her first, playtime. So, yes,
What
exaggeration.
if I go crazy? Ah!
I went back to the old episodes and I was listening to some of those, and I sound like an absolute crazy person. But the thing was, I really was worried that I was going to do something weird, like probably not bite dicks, but I was worried that I was going to do something just completely bizarre out of nowhere. And I don't know. I think that was a new situation for me. It was weird. Even the last play date we did with that whole group, Switch you weren't there for, which is odd, but
I didn't know about it.
well, there was a friend there that was no, not that one. For a birthday.
Okay.
And we went there, and there was a person there that was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to meet you. I've been looking forward to this for some time. I'm just really nervous." And I don't think I'm that scary. I really don't. I don't think I have a whole lot of intimidation factor. But apparently I do. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I guess I'm just super scary.
They just don't know when you're going to go off and start biting dicks.
Yeah.
But I've never
Yeah, we still
bitten.
don't know when it's going to happen.
Yeah.
So that's now I'm just a ticking time bomb. Is eventually I will just go crazy and bite a dick. Maybe
just-
that's what I need to do. Maybe
Just kind of get it out of your system.
I need to find somebody that's their fetish, that they like people biting dicks, and I need to just go have a chomp, and then I'll know. I mean, there's got to be somebody somewhere, right? There are people that like their dicks getting stomped on. I had a guy in FetLife contact me, and he wanted me to poop on him, which is not my thing. Sorry. Full stop. Hard no. Not pooping on anybody. But like, somebody's got to want their dick bitten. Dear
Yeah.
audience, dear friends and listeners, if you know somebody that wants their dick bitten, please
We need to get
email
this
us
out of her system before she does it to someone innocent.
before I just dick bite the wrong person.
We do have video evidence that you just like unexpectedly bite people.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, to be fair, I do absolutely just randomly bite people. I've never bitten anybody that didn't deserve it.
Okay.
It's that simple. Look, this is still here from 3 days ago, 4 days ago. He bites too. Did I ask?
That was not a bite.
Okay, still. I'm just saying, I'm not the only person. We talk like I'm the only person that's ever bitten anybody. Bitch, all of you bite. Every last one of you has bitten somebody, and if you say no, you're a liar. And then I know whose dick I'm biting first.
I'm lying. I've been in a few.
I've grown attached, so I'd rather you not.
I mean, I didn't. Okay, let's also clarify. I never said I was gonna bite it off.
Just
Right?
use
I
some
feel like
numb impressions.
I just feel like, well, one, I feel like there's got to be something in your brain when you go to bite a dick off. You have to have malicious intent there, right? Because something in your brain, it's the same thing that like stops you from biting through your own finger. I think something in your brain, some alarm bell would have to go off when you started to like actually cut into tissue that goes, you're going to bite that dick off, and you would stop. I would think. Unless
Hopefully.
like some kind of weird, like unless like you're on angel dust or something, and then you're just really out there just chomping and punching and doing whatever. But
Bath salts.
sure, bath salts. I mean, maybe then I would. Thankfully, I have no plans to ever do bath salts. I think we'll
That
be-
one guy that fought off like 4 cops while masturbating.
yeah, right. I think that was Florida that bit somebody and everything else. They were calling him Zombie Man or whatever. I don't do bath salts, thank God. But yeah, so it was an interesting. It was a holiday of discovery. What else did we do?
Well, your Chibi Moo lewds are coming along. Actually, we're getting
Yay!
color in them, and poses have been found. Getting close to
Yay!
release on those.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see this. That was one of the very first questions Merlin asked me was, how would you feel about being looted? And I said, I don't know what that means. Please explain that to me. And not good at internet. And he was like if somebody took you and like, or your likeness and made you sexy. And I was like, fucking please, let's do it. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see it. Like,
Why am I getting stuff thrown at me?
all we need is like the little chibi dress blacks running away as I chomp behind him. It's just me making like a piranha face and him running for dear life. But yeah, did either of you have any exciting stories over break that you want to share?
These stories specifically, not really. I've just kind of been going
You didn't do anything
full
sexy.
tilt. It's been full tilt work, and quitting the other job hasn't given me less work, oddly enough. So.
Oh, nothing new. How about that?
There, yeah.
Nothing new.
I'm a big old floozy, apparently.
That's okay.
That's
We need one.
we need a. Well, I guess it's not just me; it's him too. Like he was there for all of it, so he's also a big floozy. I'm
A
trying to
doozy
think.
of a floozy.
I wanted to bring something up, and now I can't think of it.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Damn it. I don't know. I guess we'll have to pause. It'll be a pause for the cause, and whatever sexy I wanted to talk about, I'll have to remember for next week. So,
Yep. Well,
all right, gentlemen. Well, if you don't have anything else specific to speak about this evening, I think it's about time to wrap it up.
do you
Awesome.
wrap it up though? Do you?
I don't
Yeah, try
wrap it up.
to.
I actually really don't. I don't like condoms at all. I know I shouldn't say that. Condoms are important. You should absolutely use one, especially with the new partner. They prevent disease, they prevent pregnancy. They are absolutely integral. That being said, I have a long-term partner and I don't like them, so I don't have to use them.
They also make really good, huge water balloons.
This
They
is
do.
also true. So, with that being said, I guess that's what we'll end it. Condoms make great, huge water balloons. You heard it here first, folks. If you are interested in learning more about us, if you're interested in finding more episodes of the podcast, if you're interested in us in general, you can find us a handful of places on the internet, but the easiest place to find it is on our link tree. And that is linktr.ee/nerdgasm, spelled N3rdGa5m. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for listening. I have been the Moopacabra. With me are Switch Riggs, 12-Sided Guy, and Dress Black. Say goodbye, boys.
Goodbye, boys.
Goodbye, boys.
Bye.
We hope you have a fantastic evening. And oh no, my gosh, I forgot. This is where Merlin would tell you to be excellent to one another. How could I ever forget it? Enjoy yourselves and love yourselves. Be good to yourselves and give yourselves grace. Remember what the fuck you're supposed to talk about. Make notes if you need to.
Wash your hands after you poop.
Thank
That's
you.
your Q12. Go for your little
Honestly,
knowledge
wash your
base.
hands before you poop. Just using the bathroom in general, wash your head because that way your hands are clean when you touch anything else, and it's just more sanitary in general.
And always use generous amount of lube because Wizards of the Coast didn't give us any.
But
Have a good.
We will talk at you later. Bye for now, friends.